Hey, it's MK, and I am here with another Christie's Beautiful Live 30 Days of Sketches, and this is the sketch that I'm going to try to work with by Stacy Doner Tewari, and I am super excited with this sketch. So instead of doing hexagons, I have decided to do a giant cut file for the background of this sketch, and I am so excited because it was inspired by these pre-dawn photos of my husband and I heading over to Salt Lake for the flight that I was getting ready to take to go to our cruise in 2024. So I've got some washi tape that I picked out from the Everywhere collection by 49 and Market. I also have this punch that is by Creative Memories that is of some stamped images that came with these images to go within the punched punch, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. But I think I'm going to end up using those. I also, from Creative Memories, have these road trip sticker sheets. And then from a couple give take tables, I picked up this travel set from Soft Spoken. I think it's Me and My Big Ideas. I don't really remember, and I was looking for a date. And then these pieces here, also from a give take table from My Mind's Eye, and I thought these little clouds were perfect. Now, I'm not really sure exactly what title. I may use this travel title. I may use this really long title that is by Dusty Attic, or I might use this road trip title that was from 2023's Advent calendar. And then I have this Are We There Yet? I believe also came from 2023's Advent calendar. I also have some geotags that are from the Everywhere collection by 49 and Market. I have my very first ever flare that are from January 2023's embellishment box. And then I have this sticker that also came from a give take table. Woo! And then from close to my heart, I have this Sunbeam holographic paper. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing with this paper yet. I may be using it to back my photos, or I may be using it to back my cut file. I'm not sure. But I also pulled out these two orange pieces that are from Stampin' Up. They're from a space... I don't really remember the name of the collection, you guys, but they're from a space collection by Stampin' Up. And it was going out of retired is what they call it. And so I don't know if it's available anymore. But this is my cut file that I cut out. It's a giant ray that I stretched across a double page layout. And I really wanted it to look like the rays coming from my pictures. So I'm not really sure if I'm going to use the positives or the negatives on my layout. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the positives because look, it's one and done, and go ahead and have the orange be the rays. But when I first put it down, I was like, oh, I don't know if I like that. I'm just not really sure. So then I put the holographic down to see if I like the holographic. That was a no-go. I did not like the holographic at all. But now that I'm thinking, I might want to see what it looks like with the negatives on the orange. So I'm going to go ahead and take the time to put in one side of the negatives. It's very fast, very easy. And then I'm going to take the positive away and see if I like the way that it looks. So because I don't know. I didn't like the positive, you guys. So I'm going to take that away and take a look and see, and I like that a lot better. It's kind of hard to envision how this is going to look when you make a cut file like this. And so I definitely do like the negatives put on my cut file. So I am going to go off camera. I'm going to put all my negatives down. And then before I actually glue them down, though, I'm going to take the time and, distress all the edges. So that way it looks like they're embedded in the orange paper. So I really like that look too. Okay, well, it looks like I put all my papers together. I thought I cut this part out. But I do like I definitely like this look a lot more than what I had originally planned with the positive part. However, I am going to eventually use the positive part. Okay, so I did. I cut all that out, gluing everything down and distressing all the edges. I also trimmed my photos down and matted them on that shiny holographic gold. So there are all of my photos, and I've got 3 photos on the right and my 2 photos on the left, just like the sketch does. But instead of having the hexagons, I went with this super cool background. I really like the background. So I'm going to go ahead and take some of this washi tape. Now, I wasn't sure exactly which washi tape I was going to use. So I'm going to take this orange washi tape and put it on just a scrap white cardstock that I had, and fussy cut it out so that way I can see the washi tape. Like, I didn't want it to be transparent and disappear on the photos. Like I said, these are just pre-dawn photos of us driving to get me over to the airport in Salt Lake right before I went on my cruise back in 2024. So I just wanted to, 2023. I apologize. Now I can't even remember what cruise I went on. So yes, back in 2023, because in 2024, I actually had to fly to Salt Lake because of the weather. So that's a whole other fiasco. I don't want to talk about it. So anyways, it was just such a gorgeous view that I snapped a ton of pictures. I could not pick between which picture I really wanted on my layout. And so I ended up making a double page picture because sometimes sunrise pictures turn out and sometimes they don't. So I'm definitely glad to be finally using these clouds. I think I picked these up on a give take table. I want to say back in 2023. It's been a long time since I've picked up these little clouds, you guys. And so I was so excited. I also took some of my punch and punched out a little scrap. I did not want a whole lot of it, but I did punch out just a little bit of a scrap to get a feel for what the punch looks like. And then I picked out one little car. I liked the little yellow around it because my photo mats are yellow. And then, of course, I have this yellow journaling spot, but I don't think I'm going to use it. I think it ends up being too yellow. And then I love this little sticker from Creative Memories, and it just says every mile a memory, and then it's got an odometer reading. And I really love that. So I've actually taken that, and it's on there 3 different times. And, so it's on like a border strip. And so I've cut it up and used it on multiple layouts instead of having it go across one layout. So I like that as well. From the soft spoken sticker sheets, I have this Adventure Ahead tag, and I wanted to add something down at the bottom of it. Now, I debated about just ripping the bottom half off. I debated all different kinds of things. So I definitely want to put something down at the bottom of my tag instead of ripping it. So right now I've got the Are We There Yet? But I don't like how thick the foam is. So I'm going to rip off this foam because if I use that acrylic piece, then it's going to be way too bulky, even for my liking. And you guys know I like a pretty decent bulked out layout. I love the fact that my flare fit inside of these geotags. Now that star one over on the left is actually going to go behind my geotag. I just haven't done that yet. It's more like a placement holder to see if I like where everything is and how everything is distributed. I love how this ended up being a complete mishmash of leftover bits and pieces from everywhere. I think that the only real thing that was a set was the sticker sheet, the soft-spoken sticker sheet. So, which I don't even know if you can. I would call it more of an embellishment sheet than a sticker sheet because the only thing that made them stickers was the foam tape, if I'm being honest. I don't know. So there I go. I put the stars behind that geotag. I've got my little flag or my little cloud up there. That's why I wanted to cover up the bottom because I didn't want the bicycle. That's what it was. I didn't see that. But I like the sticker that says worth every mile. And then I'm going to add a set of keys that say something about a road trip or the road something. I don't really remember. But it's going to look amazing by the time that I actually get it all figured out. I like the little car traveling on the postage stamps. I just think that's a cute little element. Some of the washi tape just isn't really working for me. So I definitely, sorry, I keep saying, and I almost did it again. But the, oh, there I go. Now I don't even know what I'm saying, you guys. I apologize. The washi tape isn't working for me except for in that cluster that says travel on the road for that title. So I definitely wanted to, get that washi tape in there just because I really like this washi tape. I like the fact that it's more orange that I'm adding. The only thing that is a little off on me is I've got that red word adventure on that tag. But I also have the speedometer on the every mile memory sticker that is red as well. It's not as prominent red because it's very small compared to the adventure part. But I don't believe I add any red over on the travel title area. I don't believe I do keep it so to where it gets in the red. So anyways, just going to finish up this little title I've got going on over here. That one completely changed. Like I said, I usually end up putting all of my pieces down in the area that I want them to go, and then I figure out how I want them to go together later. Like I don't, I have no clue. I just know that these all look really good together, so I'm going to put them all right here together. And then I will figure out how they're all going to play nice later, right? So I'm going to go ahead and stick all these down. I do want to pop up this little cloud sticker. It is already sticky backed, but now I'm going to stick it up just a little bit more because I just felt like it needed to be on top of my flare rather than I don't know how to say it, but when you put it flat, then it would have bulged on top of the flare, right? And I wanted it to lay flat. And then this one is already, this little cluster is already almost stuck together just because of the stickers and things holding it together from the Creative Memory sticker sheet. I do forget, I think I remember later at the very end that I needed a, what's it called? That I needed a twine in my tag. So, it says the open road. So worth every mile, the open road. I really like that. I like that it's on a keychain. Here's where I remember the tag needing a twine. So I'm going to tweak that in there just a little bit. And that is pretty much the last thing that I end up doing. And I know that some of these pieces just don't look like they belong together, but I feel like they finish off the page. Like I just really feel like they belong. I love how the Golden Gate Bridge is in that travel word, even though that isn't the cruise we are going to, it's still going to a cruise. So that kind of made me excited, like, I should have used that for my other cruise travel photos because we went and the boat took us underneath the Golden Gate Bridge. So anyways, I just thought that was cool. So again, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I know it's been a super long video, but I am so stoked with how this turned out. I am super excited with the colors in this layout and how well they match with all of my pictures. And I'm okay with that little bit of red. So Stacy, this was a fun sketch. I really had fun stretching this cut file all the way across. As usual, I've got all those links down below for the 30 Days of Sketches series this time. And again, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll check y'all later. Bye.